Well, hey, welcome back to the channel. Probably don't like this view, huh? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be throwing one of my favorite discs of all time. I've used it so much over the past 2 years, and it's gotten me so much distance and angle control. It is the Discraft crank. This thing is just so good. It has so many things you can do with it, and it beats in very well. Today we're going to be throwing a few throws here. I'm going to throw it on a hyzer, a neutral line, and an understable line, and then on full power, just to show you how this thing really flies. It is so good. Like, I can't explain to you how good this thing is. To start off the video, I'm going to tell you guys some things I love about this disc. This disc can do so much, especially the more you use it. It is very user-friendly, and it feels very good in the hand. If I had to compare it to one disc, it feels very similar to the Destroyer, depending on what plastic you get it in. If you get a Star Destroyer, which is going to be very flexy, you're going to want to crank ESP crank, because those have a lot more pop than this does. This has a very flat line. It's somewhat stiff. It has a lot of gum though, so you can bend it, and it gets so much distance. As you guys can tell on the channel, I've thrown this disc a lot. I threw it in my last video during my forum review. It just goes so far. It's so good. So I've actually thrown this disc a lot over the past 2 years. I had a white one. I'll put a picture here of it, and it was so good. It just beat in so well over time. The more I threw this disc, this one is new. I'm still beating it in. But with my old crank, I was able to throw it for so long and make it do what I wanted it to do. The more I beat it in, it really took dirt well, because I play a lot of dirt courses. So every time I threw it, it would feel the exact same, but it would fly a little bit differently to how I would want it to. It's amazing. Alright, first throw I'm going to do here with the crank, I'm just going to put it on a nice hyzer and let it come out and just fade back, and hopefully I can show you guys how this thing flies, because it's amazing and I want more people to throw it. The one thing I also want to recommend, I didn't say it in my last video, as you can see I have 2 discs down there. I highly recommend, if you're coming out to a field and throwing just to improve your game, I highly recommend using 2 discs as a tee pad, because just throwing out normally on just normal grass, it's cool, but you want to get used to a tee pad when you're going out to a course. So just a quick tip, see how this thing flies.
Calls me day and night. I'm sorry girl, you just don't make me feel right. I never meant to make you cry, you were right. Just leave me.
Well, as you guys could see, I put it on a somewhat nice hyzer. I threw that one pretty flat, so I'm actually going to throw it again on more of a hyzer. I have sort of a headwind, so that's going to affect the disc, but I should be fine. I'm going to talk to you guys about how this thing normally flies for me. I like to throw this on power hyzers, pop-up power hyzers, like anything, literally anything you can do with this. It's a very neutral disc. It's somewhat overstable once you get it, actually. You have to beat it in a little bit more. But overall, it's a pretty neutral disc. I'm going to throw this on hyzer again. I'll show you guys. I put that on a better hyzer this time. It kept its nice hyzer line, and then once it got on its back, it just went up the line. And then at the end of the fade, it just dropped straight to the ground. Oh my god, it's so cool, dude. Once this thing gets on its back, it will glide for so long, but it'll still give you that overstable fade, which is amazing. It's very hard to dive this into the ground. And next up, I'm going to throw this on an anhyzer. I have a pretty strong headwind here, so sorry if the audio is bad, but I'm going to throw this on an Annie. Hopefully the wind doesn't screw me, and it should keep its nice line.
She calls me day and night. I'm sorry girl, you just don't make me feel.
Alright, as you guys could see, I actually digged that into the ground out of frame a little bit, but I'm going to throw that again. As you can see, it held that nice understable line. Even though I have a headwind, it would do that anyway. It gave me that nice understable line, and it held it the whole way. It was amazing. I'm gonna throw it again, and maybe you guys can get a better look this time.
die. If everything was good, then you would feel alive.
Alright, after that throw there, that was actually a way better example because it held that nice. It gave me that little turn and it was actually really awesome. It gave me that little turn and then that soft fade at the end. It was amazing. Actually, I'm going to throw this on full power and see how far I can throw with it. Should be good. Really, really good disc. I would throw it on sidearm, but to be honest with you, it kind of flies like every overstable to neutral driver on sidearm, so I'm not going to show you that. It's pretty simple. That's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm actually behind this tree because it's very windy, and it actually wasn't windy this morning until I started filming, so that's just my luck. But overall review on the crank, it's super, super nice, man. For any arm speed, if you don't have confident form or if you're just starting, I mean, this thing is a super good driver to just learn on. It goes super far. It's very similar to the Destroyer. I'm going to do a review on that too. But if I had to get one or the other, I think I might go for the crank because it has that durability, and man, it's amazing. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to watch my other video, it will be down in the description. Yeah, peace.
You mess with Abe, you mess with me.